Good morning, YouTube. I'm at my daughter's. What's your name? Haley's little apartment, and we're gonna give you a little tour, and then we're gonna have a bonus coffee challenge. Stick around. Laying.
No, they're worthless.
They're worthless.
Yeah, I have to fix their food and let them out.
You got a little porch,
They spilled their food.
and I see that your bike's locked, which I appreciate. Did you just put that lock on there just now?
No.
You got some pumpkins.
I locked my bike.
Huh?
Why wouldn't I lock it?
I don't know. Ooh, it's warm in here. Ah, I like the stove. How long have you been using that stove now? Oh, this is your little canning department?
Fourth year. I pulled it out of when I was moving into the Airstream. I pulled it out with the barbecue. That was like 3.5, 4 years ago now.
I love
It's
it.
still working. It leaks a little bit, but I just take it, I disconnect the propane.
It leaks a little bit, huh?
Yeah.
Well, let's look at it.
If I were to leave the propane on, I know what the problem is. It just it's not something that can be fixed easily, so I'm just leaving
You got a fridge now, huh?
Yeah.
Instead of just using the cooler?
Well, this time of year you don't really need one, so it kind of was weird. When I was in Africa, the fridge I had before blew out. It was not bueno. And I came back and it was rotten. So my roommates cleaned it out for me. But then I bought a
nasty?
fridge, and then since then it's been a steady 40, so I don't even need a fridge.
You have running water.
No waste.
Now, what is this? This is your vinegar? This is your vinegar?
Yeah.
Your homemade
This
vinegar?
This one's in its second state of fermentation. And this is my control one.
That's your
And
control?
it's starting to make a SCOBY. My first one had a really good SCOBY, but I was in Africa and it molded just a tiny bit. And I realize now, after doing research, the amount of mold I had was negligible because the vinegar will eat it. But
Is
this
that
is
beet
the
juice?
new one. Yeah, I was going to pickle these because I cut up these ones for dinner tonight. I'll show you this.
Nice.
Andrew Wafula.
That's a nice spoon. That's nice stuff.
I asked him to make me a cassava bread mingling stick.
Yeah.
For mingling cassava bread,
Yeah.
which is the main meal
Yeah.
in.
He made you those tools?
Well, he made me. So they're normally like this big.
Yeah.
So like you would have your cassava in a pot over the fire, and you have to mash it from here. So they're like, but he made me a little one, and then he made me a spatula because I was explaining him what spatulas are, and then he made me this tea tray. But the best part is that he's signed.
Oh, that's cool. How did you get him here? Did you ship him back?
I brought it here with my bean sorting mat. Did I show you this?
Your bean sorting mat? Oh my gosh, look at these breads and these pies.
The women made this for
Are
me.
these for me?
That's for vegan Thanksgiving.
Oh,
But yes, this
vegan
bread,
Thanksgiving.
because it looks.
Are you kidding? That bread looks amazing. You got a little
The women made me this.
tunes?
You see this?
Whoa.
This is a sitting mat for taking naps and sorting beans.
It's a bean map?
It's a bean mat.
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 I love it.
But she made it by hand out of palm leaves, which is incredible. But it's kind
That
of
is
giant,
beautiful.
and I don't know what to do with it. But I had to bring this and that back in the plane.
Why don't you fold it in half and put it on your table?
I'll find something to do with it.
My Rhino?
But it's not even close.
Hmm?
That's Aunt Becky's.
All right. And what's over there? Stash?
There's a half a cow.
Oh, it's a freezer? That's a
Yeah,
freezer with meat in it?
And then my teaching.
And that's the internet?
Yeah.
So you're basically outside, but inside. You're like in the side shed, right?
Yeah. In the
I like
summer, we just opened up the back, and then I never closed this door, and then Andrea made a tent, and so she was living in a tent in the back room here, in the back porch, because the girls were living inside, and it was dope. But all you have to do for this is you just give it a stir, and this cassava spoon is perfect. So I just kind of punch it down, and then after a while I'll put a cabbage leaf on top, and then I have
And you're making vinegar.
And then I have this chunk of obsidian. So you peel off a cabbage leaf and you put this on here so that everything stays under the water.
Mm-hmm.
And then it should create a SCOBY. And then
you filter off all that stuff.
Yeah, that's what this one is. So basically, this is Heather's living nightmare.
She don't like vinegar, huh?
But so this turns into this.
Wow.
But this stuff, this is like $5
Let me see.
for the Bragg's kind.
Yeah.
So I'm basically making revenue
Nice.
with scraps.
I like it.
And then, but what I'm going to do with this, I'm going to make fire cider. So once this is finished with fermentation, I'm going to get a bunch of peppers and some turmeric and all that stuff, and I'm going to put it in a pot and then soak it to ferment with this. And then it's a nice tonic if you're getting ill. You just kind of chug some of that.
What are these
Those are from the farm. Those are Chibati beets.
beets?
Beets.
And what's that?
This is farro I'm soaking. I'm going to make a salad out of this for...
Tonight?
No, I'm not. This is for my meal for the rest of the week. It's very old, so I hope it doesn't taste like dust.
Well,
Remember Izzy? Remember Izzy?
Yeah.
She got this farro from a free box when she was living in the inn. That was back when I was living in the school. So
It's old?
That's old.
It's ancient farro?
Yeah.
Oh. All right. Well, say goodbye to the YouTube, or at least until our skateboarding event. And happy Thanksgiving, everybody. I hope you enjoyed the tour. On the little holiday stove. Ooh. That's a nice burner. I like it.
Goodness.
It's a good steamer. It's a steaming?
Yeah, it's very steamy. You don't want it like boiling though.
You don't want the teapot to
You
boil?
want it boiling, but when you pour it over your coffee, you don't want it to burn it.
Oh, I love it.
And I reuse these. It's just
You
like-
reuse the coffee filters?
Yeah, so Ellie's dad has a worm farm, and he takes all of our compost. So I have this little thing here I just keep in the sink for all the worm food.
Is he the one that has the worm farm out on the highway?
No, it's a domestic worm situation.
So you wash the filters and they work just fine?
Yeah, so like this one, this is from earlier today, and I get 2 or 3 uses out of them.
Huh.
The gasket doesn't work so hot, so I use it like a pour over, and it's really good.
So what is that? I'm very unfamiliar with an AeroPress. It just goes right over your cup? Oh. It just goes right over your cup?
Yeah, what I normally do is I make it into here because this keeps it hot for a long time. But I'll let you use this one. This is my special mug. If you break it, I'm going to...
How would I break it?
If you drop it, this is my World War II Navy hand warming mug that I got for 25 cents at a yard sale.
That's cool.
It's actually a Corningware, but they only sold them to the Navy, I think, that year.
That's why there's no handle on it.
Yeah. This
So you
was
put that over the top. Yeah.
And then you gotta back up. I got a new thing of coffee today that is
Ooh, it smells good.
different than my normal blend, and I made it a little strong, and it tasted like
Just
the
put 1
inside of Les
tablespoon?
Schwab. I don't know. You eyeball it. You just kind of.
Yeah.
I know where it is.
And that little filter went in there?
Yeah. So I'm only making 1 cup instead of many.
Okay.
And you take this guy.
Pour it in.
You don't want to do it when it's boiling because you don't want to burn your grounds. And then,
You don't want to burn your grounds?
you know,
Oh.
I take the chopstick.
That is a glow-in-the-dark chopstick.
It's a lightsaber.
It's a lightsaber. It's from Star Wars?
See it?
I like it.
It's from Tessa.
Alright. Then I suppose you take that top part. How long do you let it sit in there just
Well, this is
cruising?
the situation. So this will make a shot, but I don't use it with espresso to make a shot.
Yeah.
I use it like a pour over. So typically what you would do is you'd fill it up, and there's numbers on the side to tell you how many shots you have, and then you take this and plunge it.
Yeah.
However, this one has had many years of use, and the plunger no longer keeps suction.
Okay.
So I always fill it up once,
Yeah.
and then I know about how much coffee is going to fit in this mug. So then I take this guy, and this is not really how it's supposed to work, but because it's old,
Just go slow.
I go slow, and then when it breaks, I kind of back it up. I think it's expanded. You can see the stretch marks on it because it's plastic. Just, I don't like that.
Can I just get you a new one?
I like this one. Grandpa gave it to me.
Hmm.
Someone gave it to him, and then he wrote me a letter about how
He got it?
he's too old to use it anymore, and
Okay.
it's useless to him, and he'd like me to have it.
All right. There you have
And
it.
then when you get down
Wow.
here,
Oh, so you're just pushing the air?
yeah,
So the plunger's not even hitting the coffee.
nope. And then if you have a good seal, it will go and give you the foam like with an espresso machine.
Don't need it. Don't need it.
And that's it.
Let me taste this coffee. So the hand warming mug is awesome, by the way.
It is.
I've never seen such a
We
thing.
got it at the sale where you got that little motorcycle.
The aroma. Oh, that's good. That's good. This thing is hot though.
It
All
warms
right.
your hands.
We did coffee challenge over at Haley's house. Thanks for coming. Eating special food?
Well, it's Thanksgiving,
Oh.
so I roasted them some butternuts.
You roasted those specific for them?
Yeah, not this is for me to eat for lunch.
With the butternut squash they'll love.
Yeah.
Is this your compost?
Yeah.
Why don't you start your own worm bed? Why don't you start your own worm bed?
I have a big compost bin over there. This saves me the steps, and when that's all, I'll take it over.
Because the chickens would love to eat those grubs.
They do. That's where our compost is, and they have this.
Is there worms in there?
Good morning.
Well, hello.
The other day, I was eating some zucchini bread, and Teebs jumped up in my lap trying to eat it out
Oh.
of my hand. And I said, "That's not."
This one's going to get out.
She's okay to get out. I'm letting them out. And then it goes all.
They can go all the way back there,
Yeah.
and then they can go all the
Here,
way
hold
back
their-
into this forest.
Yeah.
And all the way around. Is this where they've been going over to the neighbors, though, and they're not supposed to?
No, they are allowed over there. This is.
And there's the compost bin.
Yeah.
I'm surprised they're not rooting in that.
Well, they know that I have specials.
And then they can get up. They can go up there and get inside there where it's warm, right? And that's accessible back here. Is that where their meals are kept? Here they come.
Hi, TV. She's very friendly. Chickamunga.
What's this one's name?
That one's Teebs.
Teebs?
Yeah.
And what's the white one?
Parmesan.
Parmesan?
Yeah, I didn't name her.
And the brown one?
That's Peggy.
Peggy.
The kids had.
No, what are those?
So, this one here, TB and Peggy, were lab chickens. Ellie's a biologist, and she was doing some experiments on
Oh,
chicken reproduction.
yeah.
Nothing bad.
Nothing weird.
But so she just had those, and then she gave them to her mom, and then her mom couldn't have them, so she gave them to the Adams. And then when I moved the Airstream over there, the Adams gave me the chickens, and then Parmesan was someone else's chick, and she had been injured and had.
I remember
really
she had a
bad cut.
goiter on her foot.
No, that was Peggy. Parm had a laceration on her side. Her wing has yet to heal, really. I don't think it ever will. But then what happened was I moved back over here with the chickens, and now I live with Ellie again. It's kind of like a, family.
I love how they have their own forest.
They know they're getting.
Come get your meals. Thanksgiving meal. Give them the special special.
Well, hold on. Let me see if. Come here, TB. There's lots of vitamins for them and butternuts.
Come get your meals. I don't think they like me being around.
to do. Try it. You'll like it. Oh, she doesn't know how to do it.
Eat the squash. They're gonna love it. There they go.
She's more
More.
interested when I have it.
More.
They're very curious.
All right, you chickens, enjoy your meals. Okay, and don't make a mess. Grain.
Yeah. She likes that.
Oh boy.
It's not as good as the worms, but I'm too cheap for worms now. $10 a sack.
For worms.
The
The dried worms. Yeah.
They love them.
Robbers.
I'll
That-
save it for Christmas. I'll get them a sack for Christmas.